Why are most therapists scared to start an online business? We're going to deal with some of your fears and help you get started. I'm a therapist and I love therapy, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I have several courses online. I have a podcast. I have a YouTube channel. I have a lot of different income streams. I also have a lot of therapists who are my friends who want to do what I'm doing, but for some reason they're not doing it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I've done what I've done, how I've created it, and what I've had to overcome in order to make it happen. I want to tell you about 3 different of my friends, therapists, that are stuck. So one of them, I hear from her all the time, and she always is like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I should do this. I have this idea. I have that idea. Yet nothing ever happens. So she's burned out with therapy. She wishes that she were doing something, but she never does anything. I have another friend who is doing stuff, but nobody's listening. Nobody cares. And when you watch his stuff, he's just not confident. There's not an energy there of, hey, I can really truly help you. So nobody really cares and an audience isn't resonating with him. I have another friend who has a podcast that is thriving. He's a therapist and he's killing it with his podcast. A lot of listeners, a lot of followers, but he's not making any money. He hasn't monetized anything. So he has an audience and he's had them for years, but he's not making any passive income off of it. So you look at these 3 examples, all 3 of them are in a different place when it comes to creating an online business, but none of them have fully gone there and fully done it yet. So what's the problem? Why are they stuck? Why are they all stuck in these different places? Probably for different reasons. It probably goes down to their deep, darkest childhood trauma stuff, but we won't psychoanalyze them right now. Let's talk about you. Why are you stuck? What are myths that you believe that are getting in the way of you moving forward? The first myth that a therapist has when creating an online business is that somehow making money is a bad thing. That you shouldn't be spending your time acting like an entrepreneur. You shouldn't be spending your time trying to create scalable businesses that can make you a lot of passive income. Because that's not noble. That's not right. That's not what you should be all about. Well, the fact of the matter is you don't have to be all about the money to make a lot of money. You can be all about the healing and all about the helping, and oh, by the way, you make a lot of money. You create scalable products anyways. Another hurdle for therapists is I don't want to spend the time and the energy on creating a product that may or may not work because I got clients to deal with. I got a caseload that I got to deal with, and I don't want to neglect them to go try this thing over here to hope that it actually works. So they just stick to the next thing in front of them, which is their next session. And it gets in the way of creating anything because they feel like they're neglecting their clients. The next fear, and one that actually the therapist who's not doing anything that I was talking to you about that wishes that she was she's scared of technology. She doesn't feel like she has the skills to actually figure it out. The software it takes to edit or how to film herself. She doesn't believe that she can learn those things. And it's a valid fear and a valid thing that gets in the way, but really it's not that hard to overcome the technology piece. The next thing is that it's vulnerable to put yourself out there. What if a lot of people start listening? That can be scary. It's that old adage that we're more afraid of our strength and our power than we are from failure. That if a lot of people listen, then what? But the other side of that as well, what if nobody listens? So if I start a YouTube channel, I start a podcast and nobody cares, then that's painful. People will see that I'm failing. So I don't want to put myself out there because I might fail. Another thing that gets in the way of therapists starting an online business is they hate being in front of a camera. I'm talking to a camera right now. It hasn't always been comfortable for me to talk to a camera, to be able to convey a message to a piece of glass looking at me right now. But the reality is it's a skill that can be developed. You can learn how to be in front of a camera. And you're going to fumble through first, so expect that to happen, but you can develop that skill. Quick story for you. I was talking to a therapist and I was saying, hey, we should develop this product, this program. And it was a great idea. It was an excellent idea. And he thought it was a great idea as well. So we were sharing ideas, we were outlining it, getting it ready to create it. A week later, I called him and I said, hey, we got this idea, let's put it together. When can you get together with me? When can we do this? And he looked at his calendar and he said, well, I'm busy until I don't know when. I have clients. And I realized as I was talking to him that he wasn't going to stop and sacrifice the money and sacrifice the time and sacrifice the time with his clients to actually follow through and create a product with me. And so I told him, look, I'm just going to go do this on my own. That product is now making me a lot of money and helping a lot of people. I wanted him to be involved, but he couldn't do it because he couldn't stop and give the time and energy to create it with me. Let's say he's making $150 a session and he's thinking, well, if I take 4 days, so I take 30 sessions, 20 sessions that I don't do to create that product, I'm out a lot of money. So why would I do that? I look at it much differently. I think, how can I not do that? If I don't stop and take 4 days, if I don't take a week and create that product that's going to make me money for a long, long time and make me money in my sleep and help a lot of people, many, many people, how can I not take that time and sacrifice that money in order to do that? I'm investing in my business and I'm also creating something that the world needs. So I've got to cut out that space. If you're a therapist and you're listening to this and you're thinking, that's totally me. I should totally go create a product, but I haven't yet. If this is resonating with you and I'm helping push you over the edge just a little bit to get started, then please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Here's some things to consider as you start your business, your online business, or what I like to call your passive income practice. The first thing, expect yourself to not be good at recording because most people aren't. Some people have that natural knack, they have that ability, but you probably won't be good at it. And I'm not saying that to send you bad energy, it's just a reality. So when you expect that to happen, then you can practice and you'll get better and better. The other thing to expect is that nobody will really listen at first. Now, you might have your people that love you a lot who will start to listen, but just a few. So you've got to stay consistent. You got to keep producing content even when nobody's listening for a little while. And as you do that, you'll start to get more and more followers who will share it with more and more people, and that's how it starts to grow. Expect to hit tech glitches. I remember one time I was trying to produce a podcast years ago, and I couldn't figure out how to download the episode and actually put it on the hosting platform. I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I quit. I quit recording. I quit editing. I didn't do that podcast. And I look back on that and I think, wow, that something that small shut me down from something that I was really passionate about. I've since learned how to overcome that problem and realized what an easy fix that it was. So those tech glitches are going to come. There's always somebody that you can ask. There's somebody that does know how to overcome it. You can get on YouTube and learn how to overcome it. There's ways that you can learn so that you can overcome those little glitches with technology. I promise you that shame and doubt will be there. That inner voice is going to say, you're not good enough. People won't care. People are going to think this is stupid. Why would you put yourself out there? Notice those feelings. Let those feelings come. Recognize that they're lies. They're trying to get you to quit, to stop, to shut down so that you don't create your platform and you don't create your online business. But push through that shame and don't believe it. Think about what could happen if you can overcome these challenges. How many lives can you change? How much passive income can you create? How much can you change your own life and not be burned out anymore? I don't think you fully realize what this could do for you. If you did, there's no doubt in my mind that you would be jumping into it as fast as you possibly could. So you're gonna have to trust me on this one and have a vision of what this could actually do, how this could actually create good in the world. When I started my first podcast, I just felt God calling me to do it. I didn't know why. I didn't know what the purpose of it was. I have since received hundreds of testimonials from people who have said, that has changed my life. That has given me hope in a time when I had no hope. It's given me direction. It has helped me drastically. Another thing that it's done is it's fed my business. It's filled up my practice. It's also helped me create products where I get passive income. So my life has changed drastically. I'm far less burned out. I'm way more connected to my kids. And I'm helping a lot more people at the same time. If this video is helpful and you're looking at your fear and you're really thinking about going for it, then my other video, how a therapist, social worker, counselor can make over $150,000 of passive income. Go check it out, and I hope it inspires you to get going. So click on the link below.